Well, it's the 21st, and my dad had more stuff he wanted me to help him with. With this thing, the problem isn't the weight, it's trying to disconnect this. At least we disconnected this already. So we're gonna go take it to the salvage place now. If he remembers to stop the car. Oh, good, he did. All right. He didn't unlock the door! And now he's leaning over instead of just pushing the button. Whew, I was a bit cranky there, wasn't I? I did get to bed later than, or rather to sleep. I was in bed. Reading, yes, this is volume 2. I finally got past volume 1, and I'm pretty far in volume 2, more than halfway through. So, guess the inertia has moved to object in motion, at least for otakoi, or otaku ni koi wa muzukashi. Natsukashi means nostalgic. But I took a nap, about an hour and a half nap there. Interesting dream. Though I've heard it's boring to tell people about your dreams, but the person who said that was Scott Adams, and I don't like him anymore. So my family, including my sister and her husband and children, I think her husband, anyhow, we landed our family airplane, which we don't have. My uncle, I think, once owned an airplane, maybe. One of my uncles. That doesn't matter. My one cousin, I mentioned her here before, and her wife was taking flying lessons at the time. So and then we drove off, and then we realized that we'd left my older nephew behind, so we drove back, picked him up, and while we were there, I noticed my mom who finally got a pair of noise-canceling headphones, which somehow in my dream memory I knew she was thinking about getting, and there's a bunch of extra stuff on there, which I think was influenced by the fact I've seen a few of the, not noise canceling, ear bone conducting. I've seen a few of the newer models which have more stuff on them, hanging from them. A lot of weird stuff sticks in my memory and then appears in dreams, and somehow in my dream I remember it differently. So anyhow, so we got there, and then I was told to fly the family airplane. I cannot fly an airplane. I did once upon a time take glider lessons, but I never could get the hang of landing. You know, I was supposed to fly, I guess, gonna pick a different place to land it. I don't know, and then I landed it somewhere else for a little while for some reason that made sense in the dream, but I can't remember why now. And then I took off, and suddenly there were a lot of power lines, and suddenly, and I'm in the middle of this lake, there's power line. Then with that, wait a minute, this is a helicopter, I can just go up. Suddenly it became a helicopter, and I remembered it always being a helicopter at that point. I don't know, weird dreams, I'm not sure. The flying is, I know my mom would like to take a trip again sometime. I'm kind of hesitant to go anywhere. I'm afraid they'll check the social media on my phone and arrest me or something. I don't know. That's the curse. May you live in interesting times. But anyway, today's task, I think you've already figured it out. You know, help my dad load and unload his truck. And that actually got me thinking a little bit. Some of this stuff, I don't know, there's a little compressed air storage thing. Maybe it stopped working. I don't know. Some things I wonder if they stopped working, or is it just he doesn't want them anymore, he doesn't need them anymore, and easier to just take them to the scrap metal place. One thing was, I wish I would have taken a picture of it. I think it was a radio thing and a lot of dials and knobs, and I thought that'd make an interesting prop if nothing else, or you could, well, maybe selling it on eBay would be hard because, oh my gosh, how much would postage cost? But I think that's one place, one of the many ways in which my dad and I differ, that I tend not to throw anything out. I really have to go through a lot of soul searching before I throw something out, whereas he, well, I've mentioned this before, you might notice how much crap, is that his term? Might be my term. Anyway, stuff I have in my house. And he said, it wouldn't even fill 2 dumpsters. Dad, you mean it would fill more than 2 dumpsters? If you say it wouldn't even fill 2 dumpsters, I should even say fill, or wouldn't even take 2 yeah, he's not a writer, more an editor. And of course the whole idea was that my stuff should just be thrown away. Well, I guess that's how he views his stuff. So, no wonder he thinks the same applies to me, right? Okay, that's much deeper than I intended. Okay, so I'm going to stop now because I'm in a car and I really want to put the air conditioner on, so bye.
I shouldn't be too hard on him. This is for the dog to make it easier to get her into the truck, and he labeled it. Isn't that cute?